So I'm going to be doing a Blue Eyes deck profile today. Hey everyone, thank you for tuning into Team Forbidden's YouTube page again. It is Andrew the Collector here like you can tell from the intro, a Black Rose deck profile. For those who are new to our channel, Black Rose is my favorite card of all time. Not only for competitive reasons, but for personal reasons, because back in the day when I was in high school, Plant Synchron was my go-to deck, and Black Rose Dragon was like the main centerpiece for my strategy. Nowadays, Plant Synchro isn't as viable. If you want me to do a Plant Synchro deck profile, comment down below and I'll be sure to do that, because I've been wanting to do one for a long time, but I just haven't found the right strategy for it. But if you give me incentive to, then I'll definitely go ahead and do that. But today we're going to be focusing on the Rose Dragon strategy of it, because Rose Dragon got a lot of new support in recent sets. So we're just going to go ahead and get right into it. This is also another mat that I got. This is probably my first mat that I ever got from the Fanatic, Scott. He gave it to me that he won at a YCS, and has always been one of my favorite mats that I've used. Just haven't used it in recent years because I just want to keep it in as good quality as I can. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get right into the deck profile. So we're going to start off with 3 Rose Princess. This is one of the newer cards that came out in King's Court. Her effect is that if your opponent controls a monster, if only your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon her out. And if she's special summoned this way, then she is treated as a tuner. The only downside I can see with that is that when she's special summoned, she's treated as a tuner automatically. It's not a choice. But I mean, it doesn't really take away from the strategy. It's good. It gets you out, gets you a body out on board, and it's really good. And her second effect is that you can discard her to add the new White Cloister field spell from your deck to your hand. Now off to the actual Rose Dragons. We have 3 White Rose Dragons, probably one of the best, the second best one. It has 2 effects. Is that if you control a Dragon Tuner or a Plant Tuner, you can special summon it from your hand. And if it's sent to the graveyard as Synchro Material, you can send a level 4 or higher plant monster from your deck to your graveyard. So it's a Foolish Burial. And if it's normal summoned, then you can special summon a Rose Dragon from your hand or graveyard. So gotta run 3, no less. The best one is Rox Rose Dragon. It's literally the Stratos of the deck. She's a tuner, level 3. And if she's normal or special summoned, you can add 1 card that specifically lists Black Rose Dragon in its card text, which we'll get into in a second. And if a face-up plant Rose Dragon or plant synchro monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effects, you can add it from your graveyard to your hand. But yeah, again, no less than 3 because she's a tuner and she's a good searcher. Now off to our last Rose Dragon, 2 Red Rose Dragon. He's okay. I'm actually thinking of bumping it up to 3 because if it's sent to the graveyard as Synchro Material, you can special summon a Rose Dragon directly from your deck. So that's really good because you can also get out your Rox Rose Dragon and then get off her effect for it. And its effect is that if it's sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Frozen Rose or 1 Blooming of the Darkest Rose from your deck to your hand. I don't run any of either of those, so that last effect is kind of irrelevant in this particular strategy, but you mainly use her for her first effect. But if you do run any of those, then I would say definitely bump it up to 3. Now it's Plant deck, 3 Lone Fire Blossom, it's Lone Fire Blossom. Now off to, oops, I'm kind of spilling everything. 2 Dark Rose Fairies. If a tuner monster is special summoned to your side of the field except by damage step, you can special summon her to your side of the field. So if you have her and a Rose Princess in your hand, you can use Rose Princess's effect to special summon her out. Then her effect will trigger. I looked it up. It's in the ruling. Her effect will trigger to special summon herself, and then you can synchro into any of your level 5s that you run, which you run a few. Now 2 Evil Swarm Mandragora. I mean, it's a free special summon body. You can, special summon her out. And then if you have any, any of your Rose Dragon tuners, you can also summon them out. Synchro, boom, Black Rose Dragon. So just a free body and board. Or you can go into Halqifibrax. One Ruddy Rose Witch, one Witch of the Black Rose, and one Rose Fairy. This particular strategy you can base your deck around if you want. Just run 3 Ruddy Rose, 2 Witch, and 2 Rose Fairy. You can do that if you want, but that particular strategy I'm not really a fan of because you have to run a lot of the strategies that some Dragon Link players play. But if you want, you can run the deck solely based around this strategy and kind of incorporate some of the other plants in it. If you want to see any other updates for that strategy, just let me know in the comment section below. But Ruddy Rose's effect is that if you summon her, you tribute her, and you basically literally just set up Witch of the Black Rose's effect with Rose Fairy to get her out, and then get Rose Fairy out and stick her out for your level 7s, or even go into Halqifibrax. But like I said, I only have this as a secondary strategy because you can achieve the same thing with any of your Rose Dragons and Rose Princess. So this one just requires a little bit more, leaps and bounds, but it's the same outcome. And then for the 1-ofs, we have 1 World Carat Weight Champion and 1 Spore. These are mainly good just for recurring from the graveyard to get extra bodies on board. And to the hand traps, we have 2 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, the Salt Water Big Forehead Bath Water Baby, and then 2 Effect Veiler. I mean, these are probably the best hand traps, at least for right now. You could put in Droll. Droll's another good one. But the ratio is a bit tricky for this deck because there are some cards that you have to have in certain ratios and some that you don't. But just feel free to tinker around with the deck as much as you want. Now off to the spells. We have 3 Basil Rose Shoots. This is literally a Monster Reborn for the Rose Dragons. It's a quick effect. You can search out with your Rocks Rose. It's a quick effect. You can special summon a Rose Dragon from your hand or graveyard, and if the set card is destroyed, you can target one of your Black Rose or monsters that specifically lists it in its text that are banished or in your graveyard and special summon it. So if you set this, they activate Lightning Storm, you chain its effect, get its first effect off, it gets destroyed, then you can use its second effect if you're able to. And then 3 Dark Ruler No More. Spoiler alert, this is a going second deck. I cannot tell you how many times I have activated this and then I went into Black Rose Dragon and just wiped out their entire field. It was completely satisfying. Even more, true story, I actually did this online on YGO Pro. I activated this and I went into Blood Rose Dragon, and not only did I clear their field, but I also cleared their graveyard. It was magnificent. Now 1 White Rose Cloister and 1 Black Garden. I'm only running 1 of each of these because these ones are a little tricky. Cloister's effect is that if you control no monsters, you can special summon 1 Rose Dragon or plant monster from your hand, and if you control level 7 or higher synchro monster, it gains 1,000 attack for its second effect, but that second effect you really don't use it much. You use it mainly for the first effect where you can special summon a body from your hand. And then Black Garden's effect is if it's almost a floodgate for your opponent to just occupy their field. If either you or your opponent were to normal or special summon, your opponent gets a token, and the monster that was summoned, their attack gets cut in half. And then you can use this effect to send all the tokens on the field, and then you can special summon a plant synchro monster, or is it just plant monster?
It's any monster, I believe.
As many plant monsters on the field as possible, and special summon that target, yeah. So it's any plant monster from your graveyard. Then our 1-ofs are 1 for 1, 1 Foolish Burial, Call by the Grave, Monster Reborn, and World Legacy Succession. These are generic staples. If I could run more of any of them, except maybe World Legacy, then I would, because I already have Monster Reborn in here. But yeah, these are good in any Rose Dragon or Plant Synchro strategy. 1 for 1 because we want to get our Ruddy Rose as a secondary option. Foolish because it's foolish. Called because we hate hand traps. And Monster Reborn and Legacy so we can reborn stuff from our graveyard.
Free extenders.
Free extenders, yeah. Free. Now off to my favorite part of the deck, the extra deck. 3 Black Rose Dragon.
Run 10.
The best card in the entire game. This card can get over any card that you want. It beats Dragoon out of the water. Say goodbye to unaffected monsters, and it can pretty much wipe out any board that you wish. It is purely magnificent. I'm just kidding. It's just kidding. Back in the day, it was real shit though. Nowadays, unless you have good setup, it doesn't do a whole lot. But I'm running 3 because, to be fair, its effect is not once per turn. And if you get through all your opponent's negates and you can wipe out their board, or if you use Dark Ruler no more, it is really, really magnificent. But like I said, I mainly run this more for personal reasons and pure nostalgia. So if you want to run your own ratios, you can. Then off to the second best card in the extra deck is Ruddy Rose Dragon. It's literally the same thing as Black Rose, except its first priority effect is wiping out your opponent's graveyard. And its secondary effect is that you can also destroy their field. That is so good.
It's a 2-for-1.
It's a 2-for-1, yes. And its quick effect is that if your opponent activates a card or effect, you can negate it. And then you can special summon one Black Rose Dragon from your extra deck or graveyard. So it's not only a graveyard field clear, it's also a negation, and it can get you another body on board. The only thing that I don't like about that is that it doesn't destroy the monster. It doesn't destroy the card when it negates the activation. But again, Appaloosa does the same thing, and Appaloosa has been around for a long time.
Really about time that Akiza got her friggin' upgrade like Jack and Yusei did.
Yeah. Now for the next new card is Garden Rose Flora. Have you heard of Formula Synchron? You have? Good. This is Formula Synchron as a level 5, basically. You don't really utilize its first effect because its first effect is that you can target one card in the field zone and destroy it. Then special summon the one Rose token to the owner of that field spell. That's basically it. Its second effect, however, is basically Formula Synchron. You can use it as it can use it and other cards you control as synchro materials to special summon out any synchro monster that you want. Hint, hint. Hint, hint. Yes.
No.
Use Halki Fibrex's effect and get her out. Then have any setup on your side of the field. Another level 5 or level 2. Boom. There you go.
Yep.
Instant disruption for your opponent's turn. And I'm only running one Garden Rose Maiden. I might bump her up to 2 because in playtesting I wish I had another one to go into for her effect to go into Ruddy Rose. But yeah, if this is me saying just run 2 instead of 1. If you were to take out anything, I would probably say take out the Arrow Mage, thank you, Jasmine, because she's probably the one that came up the least in the extra deck. So I would say take out one for her for another Garden Rose Maiden. I don't have another second one with me right now. I only have the one, but yeah, run 2 Garden Rose Maiden just for that factor. And for the rest of our synchros, we have 1 Crystal Wing, 1 Satellite Warrior, and 1 Savage Dragon. Again, these guys revolve around Garden Rose Maiden, being able to get them out during your opponent's turn, either for negation or for field disruption and destruction. And for our last cards in the extra deck, 1 Halki Fibrex, it's Halki Fibrex or Needle Fiber.
How dare you?
Noodles.
Or as Jarek likes to call it, Mr. Chef Boyardee. So yeah, there's no reason to run Halki Fibrex in here. You got tuners, you got non-tuners, and this can get out your Rox Rose Dragon from your deck, and it could also get out your Garden Rose Flora for future plays during your opponent's turn.
It's a mandatory.
Synchro
It's mandatory.
tuners.
And then our last 2 is 1 Cross Rose Dragon and 1 Heraldic Seal of Heavenly Spheres. This one is probably more important than Cross Rose, I'm going to be honest, because it has interruptions, and it's like Halki Fibrex, it can get out Rox Rose from your deck. So it's really good.
Why no Moonlight?
I don't have Moonlight, and I'm not a fan of it, to tell you the truth. Now let's go off into a quick combo tutorial for you guys. It's going to be the bare minimum for it. So let's say that you have just the bare minimum. You have Red Rose Dragon and you have White Rose Dragon. And let's say that it's your second turn. You have Dark Ruler no more, and you have white and you have red. You activate Dark Ruler. If they don't have a negate for it and there's like Solemn Judgment, then you're good. You're free to do what you will. You summon Red Rose. You special summon out White Rose. You can synchro into the synchro into your Black Rose Dragon, best card in the game. Do not activate her effect, because you're going to be activating Red Rose's Dragon effect to special summon out to your side of the field. So it's going to go Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, so that's in case they have an Ash, because the milling isn't the end of the world if you stop it. Going to go into World Caraway Champion, and then Red Rose Dragon. I'm going to special summon out Rox Rose Dragon. And if you had a Frozen Rose, this is where you would also get your Frozen Rose from her effect. And then from here you can use her effect to get out Basil Rose Shoot, Synchro, into Ready Rose, use the effect to clear your opponent's banish zone as well as their field, since you use Black Rose as a material. And then if they try to Nibiru you, since this is technically 5 or more summons, then you can use her effect to, negate the effect and then get out a Black Rose Dragon from your graveyard or extra deck. And then you just go into battle, swing, quick effect, Basil Rose, summon out another Rose Dragon, and that is 56 damage right there. And then you have other cards in your hand to do what you want. But yeah, like I said, there are many ways that you can go about Rose Dragons. I like this one the best because it's just the most simple, and it just, I don't know, using other cards from other decks as combo tools doesn't really fit the theme for me. But like I said, you can run it any way that you want. You can just use this as a template or a staple. But yeah, thank you for tuning into our YouTube channel again. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. If you guys want me to bring back Plant Synchros, which is one of my favorite decks, like I've told you, please let me know down below and get this video going. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, like I said, and we'll catch you guys later.